Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reading Sprints. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Hope you had a good day. Hope you're ready for a good night of reading. As you are joining, let me know what you're going to be reading, or if you're doing something else, let me know what you'll be doing. If it is a productivity sprint for you or whatever it may be. But if you are here and you did not know, these are reading sprints for the readathon called Escape the Readathon, which is a readathon hosted and created by Lexi from Books with Lexi. Everything is linked down below that you need to know if you don't know. If you're not participating, you saw the reading sprints, you're welcome to join. And you're welcome to join the readathon still because you can backlog your books that you read. It goes on all throughout the month of May. And it is a competitive team-based readathon. I am one of the team leaders for Snack Squad. So hello to any Snack Squad members who are here tonight. And yeah, that'll all be linked down below if you want to check it out and join. I'm going to be reading, I'm going to try to read this. I started it last night and we're sussing it out. It may end up being a DNF. I don't know. But I'm currently reading The Body Harvest by Michael J. Sedlinger. The way they did the author name on this, they put like MJ, but it's kind of hidden because the book is torn and then the real name is within it. I don't know if that's supposed to be a meta thing. I don't know what's going on there. But this is a horror novella that is from the same author as the book Anybody Home, which I did read, and I liked that one. This is an ARC the publisher sent me. It comes out in July, on July 23rd, and it's about these two people who are really depraved, and they like to contract illnesses together. It's a strange concept. The writing style is a little bit depressing because it's like an interesting situation to be in. So I don't know if it'll fully capture my attention. I'm 22 pages in. I'm going to try to keep going in this one. If it's not working out, I'll pick up something else and I'll let you know. But I will see what everybody else is going to be reading tonight. Hello, welcome. Ooh, Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. That was a fun one. I gave that one 4 stars when I read it, but I do still think about it because it did bring such joy. And I always said I might boost my rating up to 5 stars. So theoretically, I guess it could be a 5-star. Playing Stardew. I know a lot of people have been playing that recently. I read too much in the last 2 days. Yeah, how's the readathon going for everyone who's been participating? I definitely hit waves of reading a lot, and then I need to take a little bit of a break. It's like step back a little bit, switch to an audiobook or something. It's nice that it's a month long, so you have plenty of time to go through all the phases, like have a good day, have a bad day. You've got the weekends. If you have a busy weekend, you're like, there's a couple more weekends I can catch up. But I'm currently in I've read a lot phase right now. I finished a book yesterday. I read an entire book today on audiobook. I'm on another book for the day. So it's a good time for me right now, but that probably means that come this weekend, I might be a little bit burnt out. Just finished A Tempest of Tea, so figuring out my next read. Nice if you got some options, we can maybe help you pick. Reading Caraval. I've seen so many people reading that for the readathon, which makes sense with the theme. It's a great idea. Might even finish during the sprints. Nice. The Gathering by CJ Tudor. That one's on my shelves. I really, really want to get to that one this month, but it just hasn't worked out yet with what I'm trying to read for prompts at certain times, but I hopefully can get to that one in the next 2 weeks because I'm very excited for that. Hi, Bonnie. Reading A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Bad Beginning. Fun. It's a nostalgic one. Got some Game Jesters and Thrill Seekers. Hello. 5 stars. Nice. Finishing The Return of Ellie Black tonight. That is the book that I finished today. I finished that book this morning and then I read a novella on audiobook after that. I really liked The Return of Ellie Black. I gave it 4 stars, so I hope you're enjoying it as well. Reading More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. The Coworker by Frida McFadden. Game Jesters in the chat. Not participating in the readathon, but always down for sprints. Well, if you want to participate, that's still an option. No pressure, but if you do Snack Squad, Team Snack Squad. Bridgerton audiobooks. Hopefully finish book 7 tonight and start book 8. Nice. I'm so excited for season 3 coming out tomorrow is the first part of season 3. I just rewatched seasons 1 and 2 in the past 2 weeks. I went through the show really quickly and I want to watch the Queen Charlotte show as well. But I think I'm going to try to get through all of however many episodes they released for season 3. And then while we're in that month-long break waiting for the second part, I think I'm going to go watch Queen Charlotte at that point. But I haven't seen that one yet, so it'll be my first time watching it. Hello. TikTok by Dean Koontz. Reading What Hunts Inside the Shadows. Pines by Blake Crouch for Team Game Jesters. Reading A Fate Inked in Blood, hoping to finish it up tonight. Tender is the Flesh or Into the Drowning Deep. Well, Tender is the Flesh is going to be a quicker read. Into the Drowning Deep is a little bit, I always think of that book as a little bit dense. It's a little bit wordy. It's good, but it's wordy. I actually never finished it because at the time that I picked it up, I was looking for a quicker read. So if you want something quick, Tender is the Flesh will go by faster. If you want something atmospheric, I would say Into the Drowning Deep. Just finished the new Sally Hepworth and really enjoyed it. I've got that one on my shelves as well. I need to get to that one. Reading A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. I've been thinking about picking that one up. I've been on a little bit of a new journey with T. Kingfisher books. Lock Every Door. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight. Everyone's finishing up books. Nice work. Gideon the Ninth. Yes, go Snack Squad. The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton, about 40% of the way. Nice. If I finished my book tonight, it'll be book 20. The burnout next month is going to hit hard. Yeah, it's always hard coming off of a readathon when you're super motivated and you're always working towards games and prompts and chatting with a bunch of people, and it keeps you really motivated and accountable. And then afterwards, you're like, I'm good on reading for a bit. I need to let me go catch up on all the TV I missed in the meantime. Hello, starting a new book, possibly The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates. Dead Silence audiobook and listening to a pixel art tutorial. Interesting. I have not read Dead Silence. I think I was talking about that one last week too, because I always mix up Dead Silence and Dead 11. I haven't read either of them, but they are both potential TBR contenders for me. Going to be reading Throne of Glass. I'm on chapter 32, really liking it. Nice. I need to get back into that this month. I'm doing one book a month and I'm on Heir of Fire, but I have not started it yet because of the readathon and it's a longer book. So I haven't wanted to pick it up yet. Finishing Festergrim and Ashes in Star-Cursed King. Good luck. Trying to decide between Court of Blood and Bindings or Only a Monster. I read neither of those, so I can be of no help, but Only a Monster is a cool title. So that is my vote. Hi, Libby. Reading Part of Your World tonight. Oh, that's so good. Such a good one. Currently listening to an audio. Don't think I'll be able to submit it, but I will end up doing it for the next building prompt. I have a poll up for my next read on the Discord. Nice. Reading The Witch's Destiny by Wenny L. Wilson. Haven't heard of that one. Between end of school stuff and a busy early June, I think I'll end up eating to watch season 3 or waiting to watch season 3 until it's all out. A rewatch will depend on how many days I can do nothing but watch Bridgerton. Yeah, I don't think I ever actually watched the second season when it came out, which is why I just rewatched everything. I know I watched the first season when it came out, and I actually wasn't super obsessed with it. I enjoyed it, but I feel like it was getting a lot of buzz at the time, and I felt fine about it, but it wasn't my favorite show I've ever seen. And so when season 2 came out, I think I maybe started it, but never actually got all the way through it. So this time I was like, I've got time before season 3 comes out. I'll just watch everything all the way through again. And I had an even better time this time around. So very excited for season 3. I don't know what time it comes out. I feel like when stuff releases, usually the morning of, I can see it in Netflix. So I imagine sometime around 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern, it should be up. Maybe it drops at midnight tonight. I don't know. Reading The Mask of Mirrors, it's giving 6 Crow vibes, and I'm into it. Oh, No Exit. That's a good one, too. Okay, well, we can hop into our first sprint. I have some rainy ambience for us, and I'm going to be doing 2 45-minute sprints tonight. So this will be our first, then we'll chat and do one more after that. And I have a little bit of an earlier night tonight, and I have a shorter book. So hopefully I can get through a good amount of this if I do continue with this. So I will chat with you again in another 45 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Let me know how your sprint went and what you read. I had a good sprint. I got to page 64 of my book, so made a good dent. I was at like page 20 something when we started, so about 40-ish pages. And I am liking it more, so that's good because I was a little bit worried about it, but I'm pulled into it now. The beginning was just a little bit rough because it's a strange one. If you just joined, I'm reading The Body Harvest by Michael J. Sedlinger. It's an arc, comes out in July. It's about people who are obsessed with getting sick. And it's a lot in the beginning of them just talking about being sick. And I'm realizing I don't like reading about people being sick. I don't think I've ever really read a book where people are talking about being sick, at least not in this way, where they're like, oh, I have a fever and it's amazing. I'm so excited for the crash, is what they call it. And it kind of makes you feel miserable because it makes you feel like you're sick. And like, I don't enjoy feeling sick. I feel like most people don't enjoy feeling sick. But now we're getting more into the plot of this where there is this online community of people that sends them this invitation. So it's like a community of people who all are obsessed with being sick and they're starting to get connected to them and it's getting more interesting. So it was a good time. I'll catch back up on the comments. Emily Wild's Map of the Otherlands. I think I want to read this. I've been debating and I think I want to do it. I think I want to read more cozy fantasy in general. Not something I typically read, but I've just been in a cozier mood. I've been wanting romance and silly mysteries and cozy things. So I feel like that would be a good one to jump into. Oh, I just came from work. Hopefully I'll get some reading and studying done tonight. Nice. Starting a book I got in a blind book date called He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly. It's a thriller I've never heard of and sounds interesting. I've never heard of that either. And that is very fun. I love getting stuff like that where you pick up something that you normally wouldn't read. And I've heard of a lot of thrillers, so I'm surprised I also have not heard of that. Let's see. Some conversation about comics versus novels as a parent. And I saw some chat about this. My daughter reads novels, graphic novels, and comics. It just depends on her mood. Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't really read graphic novels. I don't know if I read any graphic novel until I was in college and I read the Mouse graphic novels. I think that was my first graphic novel I ever read. I liked to read series of things as a kid, like the Junie B. Jones books I really liked. There were this series called Geronimo Stilson, which was like a mouse rat guy who did things. I liked the Boxcar Children. So I liked those longer stories when I was a kid, which is funny because then I grew up and I didn't like series as much anymore. And now I'm kind of getting back into series. So it's been a full circle. I prefer novels, but it's entirely up to them to choose. If I were a child again, I would have picked comics. Yeah, I wonder what it would have been like if I would have read comics when I was a child. As I got older, I started reading, I was even reading some like middle grade graphic novels and comics and stuff a couple years ago. Got through 2 more chapters of Bride, about 30 pages. Nice. The beginning of that book is the funniest part to me. There's just so many silly world building things, and I love it. Listen to about 70 pages of my book. Nice. 264 of The Secret Keeper, 38 pages of The Coworker, read 2 chapters. Jumped in a bit late, read 65 pages of In Shadows of You by Catherine Cowles, and near the end. Nice. Hopefully you can finish it up. I took a quiz and photoshopped Cassidy onto a hamster in my lecture. That sounds like an excellent use of time. Switched books that sprint and went back to Tear by Erica Meekeen. Really liking it so far. I think I know what that book is. I think I can see the cover in my mind. I read to just over 50% of What Hunts Inside the Shadows. Nice. 1 more chapter read. 85 pages, Only a Monster. You did go with the monster one. Nice. 30 pages of Dragon Fruit. A little under 50% of the way through The Stepford Wives. You know, I don't know if I realized that was a book. I know it's a movie. I don't know if I knew it was a book. There's so many older movies like that that I don't know and then one day find out it was a book. Emily Wilde is so good, deaf, cozy, cute. Good to hear. Made it to page 333, 333. I don't know why I said it that way, of Caraval, about 75 pages to go. I don't know that I realized it was that long. I thought it was more of a like regular size. It's kind of long, almost 400 pages. Reading Addicted to You, the first book, is good so far. Listen for the Lie. Only read about 10 pages because my kiddo had a bit of a meltdown. You know, it happens. Sometimes I have a bit of a meltdown too. So they happen at any age. Ooh, I loved A Wrinkle in Time when I was younger. Geronimo Stilson. Yes. No one ever really knows about him. Like, that was a staple of my childhood. How did you miss out on those books? If you missed out on those books, go read them as an adult. It's worth getting caught up. A serial series starter. Yeah, I try to only start things if they're complete, which is kind of why I was putting off Emily Wilde, because books keep coming out in that series. So I'm kind of like, how many books is it going to be? Should I wait until they're all out? For the most part, I'm good about doing that. Sometimes I can't help it. Or sometimes I'll read a book not knowing it's going to be a series. And then I read it after it first came out. And then I'm stuck on this many-year journey. But if all the books are not out when I read a book, I will stop a series so often too, because I'm just like, I don't care. After a year, I forgot about the story anyways. I'm already past that world, not as interested anymore. So for the most part, I'm usually just reading ones that are done, with the exception of Shauna McGuire's Wayward Children series, because that one's just going on forever. And it's easier to pick those books back up and jump back in at any time. 68% done with Chain of Thorns. So unnecessarily long. Well, that's good progress that you're making. You're getting there. Got to chapter 5 in the bad beginning. Took a shower. Stepford Wives is the same author as for. Interesting. Huh. Oh, and it's a novella. There's so many weird little fun facts. Who would have thought? Just joined, but I think I'm going to start Supplication. Nice. She's Not Sorry. I read that one this month, last month. Time is all squishing together. I don't know when I read it. I read it sometime in the last 6-ish weeks, because that's probably as long as it's been out. And I really had a good time with it. So I hope you're enjoying it. Used to love Geronimo, still read some once in a while when I'm in a slump. I really wanted to find all my old books, because I know, how there's like things from your childhood that you can visually remember so well. I know I had this like toy trunk where the lid and I had it at the end of my bed. And instead of filling it with toys, it was filled with all of my childhood books. And when I go back home, I've looked for it before and I cannot find it. And I really want all my old childhood books. That's where my Junie B. Jones, Geronimo, the boxcars, I'm sure, are in there. Probably just like a bunch of random stuff I read. I read some things in elementary school that I was probably a little too young to be reading, but my librarian recommended it to me. I always think of that book, Ringer, if you know about that. Not The Ring, Ringer. I don't know who the author is. I can look it up. Jerry Spinelli. Is that the right book? Let me look at the synopsis. The book I'm thinking of is about this group of boys who would kill birds. Is this the right book? Jerry Spinelli? Yes, Releasing Pigeons, and then they would kill birds. Oh, such a creepy cover too. It says it's a young adult novel. I remember reading that in 5th grade because my librarian recommended it to me, and that's probably why I read dark books now, because I was brought into it at a young age. That was dark book. I just got here. We're doing more sprints. Yes, I'm going to do one more 45-minute sprint. So you joined right in time. Era 11. Yep, that's the author of Rosemary's Baby. So that would be the same one as the Stepford Wives. Didn't read anything that sprint, but I updated my reading spreadsheet and decided on starting Into the Drowning Deep next sprint. Nice. That's progress. My mom was always trying to declutter, so she got rid of all my childhood books. I don't feel like my mom would have gotten rid of them on purpose, because she's the opposite of a declutterer. She's a clutterer. Like, she keeps everything. And so I think that's part of the problem, is there's too much stuff to be able to find it. But I also have had this problem in my adult life because I've moved a couple times in the past couple of years, and I keep losing my books, because every time I move, I have all these boxes worth of books because I have so many books. And then somehow boxes get lost. I've hired movers one time and I lost some books in that transition. And then the last time I moved, I hired movers to load the truck, but like we had control of it because we did the pods thing where we hired people to load up the pod goes, we only have one pod, it gets locked up, and they deliver it to you. You're the one who unlocks it, and we unloaded it. So I'm like, how did I lose another box of books in that time? Because there's books I know I had at that location that I don't have anymore. So I actually have this list ongoing in my phone and my notes app where I keep a running list. Every time I remember a book and I look for it on my shelf and I don't have it and I know that I owned it, I'm like, oh, add that to the list of books I lost in my move. And it sucks because I lost some like Riley Sager books and I have had his full collection of everything he's published, but now I'm missing like half of my collection. I'm missing some Ruth Ware. I'm missing some Lucy Foley. So all these authors that I had, all of their books from the very beginning that I've been reading from them, I lost. And I don't know how it happened. I'm like, did someone pick a box up off the street when I was moving? Because I was in Philadelphia, so that would not be unheard of. But it's really upsetting me. And I've decided next time I move, what I'm going to do is one, be insane about making sure I know where everything is, but also instead of just labeling all of my boxes as books, I'm going to do like box 1 of 10, 2 of 10. So I know exactly how many boxes there are. And then if I lose a box, it will be very blatantly obvious to me. I still will not be able to do anything about recovering them at that point, but it will at least make me feel less crazy knowing that there's actually a box missing, because that has been a journey. Wish I still had some of them. I know. I wish I had all my childhood books too. I do still have quite a bit. I have 2 full bookshelves at my mom's house still. That's a lot of my like middle school and high school books that I read. So all my like Hunger Games books and all the Colleen Hoover I read back in the day. All my John Green books. I read a lot of his stuff. Those are all still around. And the last couple hundred pages of The Stand. Nice. That's a big one. I shall keep reading First Lie Wins. I don't like it, but that's fine. That is me sometimes. I'm like, I'll just finish it. Not having a great time, but that's okay. Doesn't sound like a book that would be recommended. Yeah, right? She was like, oh, you're such an avid reader. Like, I think this is going to be great for you. I was close with my librarian in elementary school because one, of course I was, but also I was like a part of our book competition team. I don't remember what that was called, but we had a team that you would meet after school and you would read books. And you had to read like 50 books in a year. And then you'd go Battle of the Books. Is that what it was called? And you'd do a book competition in your county, and all the other competitor schools would go to the like main county office or whatever at the end of the year and compete about your books. And that's what she chose to recommend to me. So don't know if she can be trusted. Yep, year 11. Just joined, going to be starting Middle Game by Sean McGuire. I still haven't read that one. I think I might pick it up one day, but it's farther out on the TBR radar. Rereading Echo Fast tonight. That one's Frost and Starlight, the novella one. Want to get at least 50% through. I think you can do it. That's a short one. Yep, Battle of the Book. Yep. God, what a good time that was. What a fun thing to do. Some people played sports. I competed on my knowledge about books. And then I went on to study English in college, which again makes sense. And then here I am. It's all connected. Anyone remember Book It? Something about a button where you got star stickers and Pizza Hut was on. Yep, I did the Pizza Hut thing too. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but like you had to read a certain amount of books and then you filled out like a coupon card or something. And then you got a personal pan pizza, which was iconic. They need to bring that back. They need to do it for adults too. We need to do fun adult summer reading challenges where we get free things or discounts. That is just the best. And the book festivals, conventions. What is it called? When the bookmobile comes? Wait, those are separate things. We had a bookmobile that would come, which was kind of like a food truck, and it would visit every so often. And then you would go out, and it was powered by our library. So you were always just checking books out from the library. And every week or however often it came, you would switch out your books. I remember the way the bookmobile used to smell. That is like an ingrained memory. I feel like I can smell the bookmobile. But there was that. And then what did they call the book festivals where they would come and set up in your library and you get the catalog and you pick out and circle everything you want. And then you go home and show your mom and you'd be like, I need money so that I can buy my books at the book festival, whatever it was called. And then we would also watch like book trailers of stuff coming out. Scholastic Book Fair. That's what it was. Those were the good old days. Oh, Barnes and Nobles has a kids summer challenge. That's fun. Do they do it for adults too? Adults also need a summer challenge. If you have kids in school in 6th grade or younger, Barnes & Noble is doing the reading challenge this summer. Read a certain number of books and get a book free. That is a good idea. Also, a little bit, maybe not the best idea. I think it's a good idea because I love books. But if you're trying to motivate kids to read books and the reward is a book, maybe that's not the most enticing to someone who doesn't love to read. But if they like reading, I think that's a good gift. But for kids back in the day, pizza would get kids to pick up a book. I know. Can we go back to the days of the Scholastic Book Fair? Such a good time. Oh, you still have them in Australia? I don't know if we still have them in the States. I don't have any children in my life to know if they do that. The AR reading challenge in school. That sounds familiar, but I can't remember what that entailed. Is that advanced reading? Is that what AR stands for? I remember we would have books in bags that we would have to take home. The only thing I remember about my school years is books, obviously. Anything that involved books. Oh, they do still have book fairs in schools. That's good. You'd read books, take a test to prove you read it, and collected points. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I'm thinking about my book in a bag now. It was like a clear plastic bag, and I remember having to bring those home. Box tops. Yeah, I kind of remember that too, but I don't remember what the reward was for that. They were like, if you had like a box of macaroni and cheese in the top and then you like cut it off and you brought it in, and it was kind of like, was it like a coupon? What was box tops? What did we get as a reward for that? When I worked in a middle school a few years ago, we still did. Those can never die. I am so passionate about the Scholastic Book Fair. Or anyone can power it, but like book fairs need to still happen. And I wish everyone could have a bookmobile because that was magical too. The school near my apartment has a sign for Scholastic Book Fair, and I want to try to sneak in. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm here for my kid. And they're like, what's your kid? And you're like, oh, Sally. That one over there. I got paid by kids in my class to take the AR reading test. That's amazing. Just remember having to take AR tests, but I only remember it being graded. Oh, that doesn't sound as fun. That's just tests in reading. A pizza party if we reach the age assigned points goal. Oh, that's good. I remember having ice cream parties in school when we did multiplication tables, and then somehow that paired with, was it multiplications? Yeah, it was multiplication tables, and as you learned each level of like 1 through 9 and how they multiplied, it had something to do with how many toppings you could put on your ice cream sundae on ice cream sundae party day. The funny things people do in school. Our teacher would just give us candy. They do a tournament near me where a group of kids have to read 15 books and get quizzed on it. They get to decide if they want to read all the books or split it up between them. Yeah, I think that's what Battle of the Books was like for me as well. We'd read a lot as a team, but I don't think everyone read every single book. And then it's a lot of pressure if you're the one who committed to a book. Like, I have to remember all the answers to the questions for that one. Got to carry the team. I think we had AR, we read books, and there was a yellow program with blue writing for the tests. Love winning that. I'm going to look up, see if I can find AR reading tests. Because sometimes seeing it reminds you of, oh yeah, it was yellow program. Yep, that's what this looks like. I can share this. Oh, we cannot really see. There we go. That's what it looked like. Okay, how do I come back now? There we go. Remember all the little non-book things at the book fair that were popular? I never got them, but they were like, yeah, they would have other like toys and things. I'm like, I'm not here for the toys. I was there for the bookmarks. They would have cool bookmarks, but I was there for the books. That's literally me now, like me as a kid getting the Scholastic Book Fair magazine and circling what I wanted. The adult version now is me going through Goodreads, seeing all the new releases, and making a little anticipated books video. How sweet. That's like me really cherishing childhood me. Box tops gave your school money for supplies. Ah, okay. Do you ever have a pie day where everyone bought pies and we tried to learn as many numbers of pie as possible? We definitely celebrated Pie Day, but I don't really remember eating pie. But also, I didn't really like pie as a kid. So that might have just not been a special day for me to remember. I like pie now. Don't worry. I corrected that mistake in my adulthood. My high school still competes. Oh my gosh, they do it in high school? That's cool. I only did it in elementary. One of my fondest memories is winning a prize for the number of books I've read through my library during the summer. Those were such fun times. My math teacher would ask us pie-related questions and give out personal-sized pies if we got so many answers correct. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you just have to see the image of it and you're like, yes, I'm back with the anxiety I felt taking that test. Yeah, math, no. I only remember the books. Yeah. The math day is not for me. Book fair for adult in my province. That's so fun. Personal size pie is cool. I think we got to get a slice of pie for every couple of numbers remembered. Imagine a kid getting just like 5 slices of pie. That's so much pie. Okay, let me get back to where we were. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Had too many things up. Get to skip school to go roller skating. Fun. As a teacher on the second to last week of school, this conversation is making me think of work too much. So sorry. Just think that I remember my 6th grade teacher shaming me for how much I read during a reading challenge. Psh. Well, sounds like they were a loser. Any teacher that shames students in general is a loser. I had a teacher shame me once, and it has stuck with me my whole life. And he was very wrong about the impression he had of me. And I proved him wrong. And I think my life's way cooler than his is now as an adult. So don't listen to teachers shaming children. They're just losers. Managed a brewery and we host adult book fairs. I really want to find like a brewery or a winery or something or bar that does adult book stuff. I've seen they've started doing what's it called? Silent book clubs, where it's like it'll be at a little bar and it's like everyone comes and you read your book and you just sit and everyone's just kind of reading, and then there's like 20 minutes of chatting, kind of like in real person reading sprints where we're all reading our separate things, and then you can just meet people and chat. That sounds like my dream life. Yeah, it does, and it's lame. Okay. Well, that was a very nostalgic conversation. That was fun. Now we'll get into our final reading sprint. Actually, I do remember his name because, of course, it sticks with you. I was just talking about it with my partner recently, and I was like, let me Google him and see where he is in life now. And I was like, yeah, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm way cooler than him. But on that note, we can hop into our reading sprint. Okay, welcome back, everyone. That was our final sprint of the night. So let me know how you did and how you're wrapping up your evening. I got a little bit over halfway through my book, The Body Harvest. So I'm 106 pages in. So I'd say this was a really productive sprint. I might be able to finish this tonight because there's a little bit under 200 pages. It's like 188. So yeah, I think I can maybe do this tonight. I'm going to read it in bed. Like is a weird word for this. I can't say I'm liking it. It's very disturbing. And I haven't read a disturbing horror book in a while. I can't remember the last time I read a disturbing horror book, but I have just been in such a lighter mood lately. I've read more thrillers and horror books in general, but a disturbing book to this degree, it's been a good long time. So it's just kind of a lot. It's a lot. It's effective, but it's a lot. I don't know. I'll see how I feel by the end. It's a little bit confusing right now. It gets in this like weird, is what's happening real or is it not kind of moment. A little bit cosmic, I guess, would be a way to describe it. So we'll see how that wraps up. I am vlogging this book. I'm currently working on an ARC vlog where I have read, what was the first book I read? I have no memory of what that would have been. Now I'm going to have to look it up because that is wild that I cannot remember. I've just been reading so many books lately. I read 2 books today that I can't remember what it would have been. Oh, The Eyes Are the Best Part, which I guess that was a disturbing horror book, but it was nowhere near the level of disturbing that this is. But I read that book. I'm reading this one, and then I'm going to be reading the new Lucy Foley book as well. So that should be up on Sunday. All things go well, and then you can see my thoughts on books then. All right. Let's see where we were. I know I want a silent book club too. I got to find someone that does it. Maybe I could start it. Who's to say I can't be the one? Also, I saw this. The teacher ended up becoming a plumber. I think he discovered teaching wasn't his thing. Probably. Probably not. Not if he was bullying his students. 38 pages, 56% of the way through. But nice. Finished up the book. Good work. Finished Shadows of You with 59 pages and just scrolled on my phone. 30% into the audio for Supplication. Oh, well, at least you gave it a shot. 30 more pages. Picked up some groceries and McDonald's fries. Yum. Not sure if everyone can. I was able to get 3 months of Kindle Unlimited for free. Yeah, I think so. I think everyone can do a 3-month free trial. I started one when I just got my Kindle recently, and I think I'm still in my first 3 months. I think I'm going to cancel it though, because I don't find myself gravitating towards those a lot. I just use my library so much that most things that are on Kindle Unlimited anyway, I can get through my library even more free, unless it's exclusive to Kindle Unlimited, because sometimes I know there's books that are like that. But yeah, I think you can do a couple free months for a free trial. Dinner and 43 pages in. Nice. 2 chapters read, 47 more pages, 20 pages left of The Stepford Wives, looking like a 4-star. But I love the sass of this main character. 70 more pages of She's Not Sorry. It's so tense so far. Yeah, that one was fun. I love The Eyes Are the Best Part. I will reserve my thoughts until my Sunday reading vlogs. There's an incentive to watch it. 33% into Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. Really enjoying it. Nice. Just finished The Hunter by Tana French. Now to catch up on the 2 books that my son is reading in school. Brenner. Is that dinner? I don't know. Want to read The Eyes Are the Best Part so bad. I think it's going to be a popular one. The cover is just so good. You know, it just makes everyone want to pick it up. Got through another 85 pages, enjoying Only a Monster. So thanks again for encouraging that. Yay, I'm glad you're liking it. It was totally random and only based on the title. Hey, Lexi, finally home from dinner and going to the store. 68% into Pines, hoping to finish it tonight or tomorrow morning. Thanks for the sprints. You are welcome. I think there's actually a brewery near me that has a book club through our library. I'm such an introvert, though. I feel like I'd need someone I knew to go with. Yeah, it's hard to try something new by yourself. And then you're like, I will speak to no one. But I'm finding that more people are going out doing things alone than you would think. And also, everyone probably feels nervous about it at first. And people are probably just not really paying that much attention to you, anyways. So, if you really want to go and you don't have anyone to go with, just try to push yourself. You only have to go one time and you never have to do it again. If you do it, go and you try it and you hate it, you will not know any of those people. They will not know you. They won't remember you, and it'll just be something you did. And maybe it'll make a funny story. That's what I always tell my friends. I'm like, push yourself, try something. And if you hate it, you don't have to do it again. And you can tell me a funny story about it. And it'll be a good time. Already done the free trial, but well, good for you. I don't know how you're doing that. Haunting of Belkwood. I want to read that one. Eating a green goddess salad and also eating garlic nuts. That sounds good. All right. Well, that was our final sprint. So I'll be wrapping up. I hope everyone has a good rest of your evening and a good rest of the readathon. Thanks everyone for joining and have a good night. Bye.